say you touched on a really great point, which I've seen it firsthand by working briefly in an environment like a daycare type environment. And on the one hand, I was overjoyed by seeing all the different types. I wanted to pull their charts. I didn't have that opportunity because lockdown happened. But I was fascinated by the different personalities I was seeing and the different levels of energy and respect, like all of this, because as kids, they're just naturally themselves. But at the same time, I also saw from an adult's point of view the desire to rein them in and control them and, get them to toe the line and not have to yell and chase after them and what have you. So,
yes,
given the nature of a manifestor, like you said, just climb the fence and run and go and not tell people what's going on because it's annoying and asking for permission. How does a parent support a manifestor child? Do you have any feedback based on your experience having grown up and maybe wishes that were different? And then after that, Sandra, I want to jump to you.
It's a good question. I haven't raised a manifestor child, so I'm going to have to approach it from the experience of my own experience. I think that having conversations, letting the manifestor child know why you're wanting a certain thing instead of just telling them, you need to do this because I say so. That's controlling. But to explain why, I need you to be safe. I need to, explaining why is helpful, giving them the freedom and autonomy. I think they do need to ask permission as children, but also learning to inform. And I don't know, Sandra, you might have more to say about this. You might have more experience with manifestor children than I do, but
or having grown up.
Grown up, the control was, and so I was the youngest of 5 children and the only girl and the only manifestor. So layer upon layer upon layer of everybody else being my authority. And yeah. We need more freedom. We need to be trusted. We need to have things explained in a way that is not controlling. To be informed, really.
Yeah, when I was born, of course, human design didn't exist yet. So my mother certainly had no understanding of any of these things. And most of the conditioning that I was subjected to was sourced from my mother. And all of the feeling like everything I did and said was wrong, that all came from my mother and her expecting perfectionism, basically, from me as a child. And so, learning about human design helped me understand the impact of all of that. And about not having the control, not having the freedom, about, ultimately she wanted what was best for me the whole time. She just didn't know how to convey that. And I was the oldest child, so it's just like it was all trial and error and learning in school for them as parents anyway. And when when my brother and sister came along, I noticed that it's like things were a lot easier for them than it had been for me, because all of this perfectionism and all that stuff was it felt like it was all loaded on me. Now, how much of this is because my chart? Because the strongest themes in my chart are perfectionism and being in control. So did I have that experience with my mother and all that because it was what I was designed to do? I believe
that? Was she amplifying that? Was that what, like the perfectionism in your chart and that? Was she amplifying that and then putting it back on you?
I don't know. I mean, that's how she was, right? And so did I come into this family, right, looking for a parent who's going to give me these lessons, right? That's where I have come to when it comes to human design. Charts are so consistently accurate about people that I now believe that our soul chooses the circumstances of when we're going to be born so that the planets are in the places where they need to be for us to have the experiences we have. That's the only way I can explain how consistently this is. So it's like, okay, my soul came here to this family so that I would have this experience that I'm here to have.
Absolutely. I agree. I think it's all perfect.
Yeah.
All the challenges, really motivate us to transform and transmute them. Yeah. Exactly. And then, of course, we're not victims, really. Yes. We're not victims. We're just all stumbling towards the light in the best way that we can.
Yes. And one of the big gifts of human design is taking these things that I struggle with, seeing, oh, this is the way I'm supposed to be. This is my design. And to take these challenging experiences and then turn them to a perspective where I see them as gifts.
Yes.
As how I contribute. So it's like I help other people to be better, make things better, make their life better, make the world better. That's part of that perfectionism, right? Truth, right? I have there be more truth. But when I'm in this place of feeling like everything is wrong as opposed to everything is right, everything is false instead of true, right? Now, as with an understanding of human design, I'm able to flip it and take my challenges and see them as gifts, take other people's challenges and help them see them as gifts. That's the miracle of human design, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it is profoundly accurate. That's been my experience in doing readings as well. Many, many aha moments where people feel extremely validated. And I think that it really helps people to be more of who they are and less of who they are not. Help them say yes to their yeses and no to their nos. Instead of trying to fit in or be accepted or people pleasing. Yeah, absolutely. It's the challenges are openings for deeper understanding.
Yeah. And I also see in the chart just so many layers or levels of expression. And so you can have a low expression of something and a high expression. So to me, there still is free will and choice. It's just, do you choose to express it in this manner or kind of keep on living through those lessons, or seeing the beauty of it and realizing that's also part of you, and then, moving towards that and going, hey, I've now embraced the lesson and I've been able to come through better and stronger.
And sometimes that means being aware, oh, in the past, I would have done this. Do I want to do that? Step back. And so it's like, okay, I'm going to choose a different expression of the same energy. Again, the gifts that human design helps people to gain.
And how we have a choice, really, and how we express our energy. And the thing that I've noticed also is that those challenge areas, for example, in my design, I have 5 open centers, a lot of empathy and highly sensitive. And the more I transform and transmute my own challenges and process my own unconscious stuff, clearing limiting beliefs and so on and so forth, the more harmonious my relationships, the less those challenge places show up in the external world, reflected back at me. I just experience more peace in my life.
Absolutely. I don't judge myself the way I used to, with that sense of, oh, success looks like X. and I am missing some of those habits and talents and whatever. So I need to work really, really hard to match that to get there. And it's been, just realizing, like you said, the not broken, don't need fixing, but also understanding, my defined emotional center is a gift, right? And to learn to embrace that. And my completely wide open root is a gift, and learn the wisdom of embracing that. And I don't, when I see something happening, which I can correlate, I'm like, oh yeah, I can see that now. Or my design at work. I don't, it's not this is bad, this is wrong, I have to change it, I have to fix it. It's just this open, accepting, going, oh, ta-da, right there it is. And then I can make a choice which supports me.
Yes.
So
well said. Mm-hmm.